What is everybody? Welcome to Truth and Transparency. Let's take a look at this press conference. We've gotten a lot of things going on this morning, so cheers. Let's go. Want to hear all about it. So here we go.
And the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence. We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations. This is the third time in 3 weeks that a member of the public has seen something and said something and done something that led to a high-profile arrest. The triple stabbing homicide in Manhattan, the gunpoint robberies in Queens during which an NYPD officer was shot, and now this. Now, the case will continue through the criminal justice process. And while we are proud of today's accomplishment, we must, of course, remember that a family is in mourning. I want to again extend my sympathies to Brian's family, his co-workers, and all who knew him. Finally, I want to thank the women and men of the NYPD, especially our Detective Bureau personnel, with a strong assist from our intelligence analysts. We also thank the SAC of the FBI's Criminal Investigative Division, Leslie Rodriguez-Bekshies. And I want to commend the staff of the Manhattan DA's office, and especially DA Alvin Bragg. He has been working with us 24/7 on this case, and I'm incredibly grateful for his partnership. I'll now pass it along to our great Chief of Detectives, Joe Kenny, who will provide additional information. Chief.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon. As the Commissioner stated earlier, a male was taken into custody today in Altoona, Pennsylvania this morning. He has been identified as Luigi Nicholas Mangione. He's a male, 26 years old. He was born and raised in Maryland. We know he has ties to San Francisco, California, and his last known address was Honolulu, Hawaii. He has no prior arrest history in New York. Members of the NYPD Detective Bureau are currently traveling to Pennsylvania with members of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office to interview this subject. This case was brought to a successful conclusion based on the coordinated effort between numerous NYPD units, including the Intelligence and Counterterrorism Bureau, our federal partners at the FBI, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, and of course, members of the Altoona Police Department in Pennsylvania. On Thursday, one day after this crime was committed, the NYPD released a photo of the shooter in this case. This picture was obtained by the NYPD during one of their extensive video canvasses. We took that photograph and we asked for the public's help in identifying this subject, and the public responded. Hundreds of tips began to pour into our hotline. Each tip was investigated thoroughly, and we began to release additional photographs as they came into our possession. The NYPD provided these photos to numerous media outlets. Local, national, and international outlets released the photo via television, print, social media, and online content. Luckily, a citizen in Pennsylvania recognized our subject and called local law enforcement. Members of the Altoona Police Department responded to the call, and based on their investigation, they notified the NYPD. This investigation is still active and ongoing. Thank you very much.
I had a couple questions about the document that he was found in possession with. Can you go a little bit more in depth about those motivations that you mentioned? Was that CEO specifically named in that document? Was there anything more about him wanting to go after others? And also in that document, was there any indication that explains us how the level of detail that he went into killing him? Like, is there anything?
Like I said, that document is currently in the possession of the Altoona Police Department as part of their investigation. But just from briefly speaking with them, we don't think that there's any specific threats to other people mentioned in that document. But it does seem that he has some ill will toward corporate America.
Over here, sir.
MJ?
Chief, was the suspect wearing a mask at the time he was spotted in the McDonald's? And also, criminal cases often have a linchpin. Can you point to a single linchpin that helped crack this case?
There's numerous linchpins in this case, in the fact that we've recovered an enormous amount of forensic evidence, an enormous amount of video, and once again, with your help and the public's help. So I really couldn't put it on one thing, but if I had to, it would be the release of that photograph from the media.
You said he had a passport on him. Do you believe he was trying to flee the country? And also, are you still looking for any evidence in Central Park with regards to the bike?
We had divers in the water yesterday that came up negative results. The passport, we don't believe that he was planning on doing any traveling at this time. We don't think at this point in our investigation, we don't think he was trying to flee the country.
The person at the McDonald's, were they buying food? What were they doing at that exact moment?
He was an employee at the McDonald's.
But what was the suspect doing?
He was sitting there eating.
Will the suspect be brought back to New York and charged here? And when?
We're going to have to work that out with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He's going to be facing gun charges there. And at some point, we'll work out through extradition to bring him back to New York to face charges here, working with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
Hi, Anita from the New York Post. I was just hoping to get more details on the capture itself. Did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to cops? And we've also reported that he published online anti-health care industry rantings. Can you share with us some of the services that he posted on?
We're still working through his social media. We're going to do a complete scrub of that. Preliminarily, like I said, he seems that he has some ill will toward corporate America, but that will all come out as part of our investigation. We're not done here. We're still going to be putting this together. We're still going to be working very hard to bring this to a successful conclusion.
The capture itself, did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to police?
I don't have that information.
Oh, sorry. Can you elaborate on how he got there, the path he took from Port Authority and on the George Washington Bridge to Altoona, PA?
Same thing. This just happened this morning. We'll be working, backtracking his steps from New York to Altoona, Pennsylvania.
I was going to ask if we knew anything, if he took a bus to Philadelphia first and then somehow got to Altoona. But
We're still working on that. We're still working through that.
Is there any indication that anybody else was helping him from the inside, as far as tracking the CEO's movements?
Once again, we're still working this investigation very hard. It's not at its conclusion yet. That could come out during our investigation, but as of right now, we have no indication that that took place.
Chief, did he have any weapons or anything like that with him when he was arrested?
He was in possession of a ghost gun that had the capability of firing a 9mm round and a suppressor.
Can you get into a little bit about the technical aspects of the investigation? I know you deployed an unprecedented amount of technology. You also activated the Sentry program through Intel. Can you talk about how that is going to play into actually building the case as far as cell phone and all of the other technical aspects of what you've done?
In this case, it really came down to technology was the use of drones in Central Park, and really comes down to the video canvas that we did. We used every source of video that we could collect, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours from hundreds of sources, and that helped bring this to where we are right now.
The gun is it believed to be the gun you used in the shooting? And there was some talk that it was a veterinarian type gun. Is that accurate?
No, as of right now, the information we're getting from Altoona is that the gun appears to be a ghost gun. May have been made on a 3D printer. The capability of firing a 9mm round, obviously that will come out during our ballistics testing.
Oliver? Yeah, Oliver Barnes from the Financial Times. Do you have any indication like how long this handwritten, is it a handwritten manifesto that you found on the suspect? And then also whether or not he put it online at all?
Don't know if it's online. As of right now, it's a handwritten 3-page document.
Chief, does he have ties to that area, and was he someone who knew by name before his arrest?
We believe he may have attended college in Pennsylvania, but like I said earlier, he has ties to Maryland and California and Hawaii.
Knew him by name before today? Was his name on your radar?
Excuse me?
Was his name on your radar? Was he someone who you had been looking into before his arrest?
No, we did not have his name prior to today.
Told you, Mayor be lying.
Does he have any prior arrests? I know there were none for New York City, but is there any prior arrests anywhere else in the country?
We have not come across any arrests in the country.
Chief, hi, how are you? On two things. On the ghost gun, is it something you're going to be looking into to see if he made it himself? Can he make that himself? Or would he have to buy the gun the way it was?
No, once again, that'll be part of our investigation as we follow up.
I mean, obviously he's going to face murder charges, but is there any chance that he could face any other charges because he was targeting the CEO and because of his writings and other things that we're now finding on him? Federal charges or
that determination will be made by Alvin Bragg.
Altoona specifically?
We believe he attended college in Pennsylvania.
Does he know anybody in Pennsylvania?
Wouldn't be able to tell you that.
All right, we're gonna take one more question from shooting Marla, and then we're gonna vote.
What, you talk about the manifesto having said things against corporations, but specifically United Healthcare, and do you believe that Mangione acted alone?
We believe at this point, our investigation is leaning toward he was acting alone. So like I stated earlier, we're still working through the investigation. We're not stopping today. And as far as the manifesto, like I said, I don't have the complete details of that. It's in the possession of the Altoona Police Department.
We're gonna shift to Fox.
Good job, Chief. Commissioner, Chief Manager. Again, great job by the New York City Police Department. In certain aspects of this investigation and the crime itself is something that we have been zeroing in on. Ghost guns. We have really talked about this since the beginning of the administration. They could be made on a 3D printer, and they are extremely dangerous, and we must do more on the federal level to clap down on the availability of ghost guns. And it just really leads into just the top headers of what we did last week and what we're doing this week. This week is all about public safety. Public safety, I've stated over and over again, is a prerequisite to our prosperity. And we're going to continue to make this city a safe city, safest big city in America. But anytime you have a crime of this magnitude, it shocks us, and it really has a major impact on the perception of crime in this city. This crime has continued to go down. We're going to continue to do what's needed. Today, we announced an Every Block Count initiative, and the blocks that we identified since October, they have not had one shooting or one shots fired job that came over. We're going to add that on to our Community Link operation that has resulted in over 1,000 operations and over 700 complaints resolved, nearly 16,000 summonses issued, and over 200 people placed in shelter. Our Community Link initiative is extremely important. It operates every day across the city, removing ghost cars, targeting illegal vendors, and addressing the everyday problems that make New Yorkers feel unsafe. The precincts where we have focused on our Every Block Count is the 73rd precinct in Brooklyn and the 46th precinct in the Bronx. These two precincts have historically seen high rates of violent crimes and shooting incidents. And so we want to make sure we deal with all of those quality of life issues that impacts why criminal behavior takes place. We don't want to only to be reactive. We want to be proactive. Hats off to the team. It's a big belief on my part. You have to dismantle the historic walls that kept us from operating together. FDNY, DSNY, DOB, DEP, HBD, NYCHA, Parks, DOT, and other community-based organizations are all part of this initiative with the local block CEO and many, many more agencies. You know, last week we announced Axe the Tax for working class. We're really pleased with this initiative. $62 million will be going back to those who are at 150% of poverty line. When you add that with our earned income tax credit and the other initiatives that we put in place, it clearly shows how important it is for us to focus on working class, low-income working class people. We really want to thank Senator Leroy Comrie and State Assembly Member Ronnie Spichat-Hermelin for carrying the bill. So, Amaris, why don't we open the floor to a few questions?
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
How are you?
Good. Other big news today, Daniel Penny was found not guilty of the killing of Jordan Neely. I wanted to get your thoughts on that. And then another question. Last week on our morning show, you left the door open seemingly to rejoining the Republican Party. I wanted to know why you didn't say you're a proud Democrat. Do you find issues with your own party?
First, as I stated, when this incident first happened with Jordan, that's my son's name. And so, these incidents that happen in the city is not only professional, but they're personal, and we take that with us. This Jordan should not have had to die. And I strongly believe, as I've been stating, probably from day one, we have a mental health system that is broken. When you have someone repeatedly going through that system, that's a signature of failure. And we need help in Albany and in the city council. We can't sit back and mourn the loss of someone that is caught up in this system when we're not taking the action every day. But a jury of his peers heard the case, saw all the facts and all the evidence, and made a decision. And I joined DA Braggs in stating that I respect the process.
And now my second question last week on leaving the door open about joining the Republican Party on our morning show. Why didn't you say you're a proud Democrat, and do you find issues with your own party?
No, it's amazing how things take legs and create their own creative writing style. I never stated that I was not running as a Democrat. I ran as a Democrat, as a senator, as a borough president, as a mayor, and I won. I'm running as a Democrat. I was on Channel 11, and they asked the same question. I said the same thing. I am true blue, but I'm also a true blue-collar mayor. And the American people in general, but specifically here in the city of New York, they're tired of this squabbling after campaigns are over. I don't think anything is more infuriating than while you are dealing with everyday crisis, people are having an intellectual conversation of parties. When I took office as a police officer and as an elected official, I pledged allegiance to the United States of America. That's what I said on your show. And how did I run wild? That's just the nature of the creativity that comes from your industry. I ran as a Democrat. I'm going to run as a Democrat, and I'm going to win as a Democrat like I did the last time. Good to see you. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Good, good.
I was wondering if you could follow up on another comment you made over the weekend about potential of invoking executive action to override the Council on Sanctuary City laws. Can you give us any other details about what you're considering doing? I think you expressed why, but any details about any new policy you're presenting? And one quick follow-up to Kelly's question. Do you think the verdict in the Daniel Penny case says anything about the mood of the city?
What the fuck is this about? What are you people asking?
Good question. And I'll answer the latter first. What you see, what people often do, a lot of people make interpretations, about trials, but juries are in the courtroom. They're hearing every piece of evidence. They are hearing the testimonies. They have to make the decision. And that's the system that we have. And actually, it is probably one of the best systems on the globe. And I think the juries heard the evidence and made a determination based on the evidence that they heard. And does it impact what's going to happen throughout the city, that people are not going to take action or going to take action? I don't think it does. I think that oftentimes people make these decisions when they are in the midst of it. And there's a desire of New Yorkers to help out those who are in need. There's a desire of New Yorkers to always respond when they believe it's necessary. And I don't think that is going to change in any way. This is not the first time, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last time that individuals take actions, and people are going to question about those actions that happen. But at the cornerstone and the heart of this is that this young man, like so many others that are on our subway systems, I made it clear. That's not a place to sleep, to live. That's not a place to be. And when they need help, we need to give them the help that they have. What was your first question?
Quickly, if you could give us any more details about what you're
That's the sanctuary.
Fear of seizures is something Emery still faces.
It's very challenging and scary. That's probably my worst fear.
Wait, what the hell just happened here?
To stay safe.
That's a raging torrent.
Wait, what the fuck? What did they just like what? You guys, what is going on? Oh, hell to the no. No way. Hold on. This is absurd. I'm there wasn't any questions. Like, what are these people? How do these people have press passes? So when you told the United States of America the other day that you knew the man's name, but the chief and the superintendent just got up there and said that you didn't know his name until he had a Big Mac in Pennsylvania. Who's the name that you had? Who's the name that you had? You guys, what's going on? And then they just cut the press conference? Hold on. We got it. We'll go with the AP.
Caller mayor. Do you feel like the Democratic Party is?
Let's see.
80% of those who.
But I wanted to ask.
The people voted for the district attorney. We have a process, and I am totally against using mechanisms to overstep the boundaries of the electeds. And so, no. And we've had great partnership with the district attorney and some of the things that we have done in the city, and we look forward to continue to do that. New Yorkers have always been tired of things that allow people who commit violent acts to be part of a revolving door system. I talk about this over and over again, that we need to deal with those who are repeatedly dealing with carrying out violent acts and those who need help. I mean, 18% 18 to 20% of those who are on Rikers Island have severe mental health issues. 51% have mental health issues. That's why my call of using one of the 4 jails that we're opening to turn it into a state-of-the-art psychiatric facility. We could do a better job and we could do better research.
What?
And it can't be waiting until these incidents happen and everybody stands up and say something's wrong. We need to stand up before something happens.
Hi, Mayor.
How are you doing?
Good. When you meet with Tom Homan this week, are you planning to talk with him about migrants who are living in the shelter system? And do you plan to express anything to him about the threats of deportation, about your concerns about people who are here who are law-abiding?
We're going to have a host of conversations, but at the root of my conversation is how do we secure our border? I want to share some of my strategies. We need a real decompression strategy.
You guys, what is going on?
Those who are committing serious crimes, particularly those dangerous gangs that have come from Venezuela, and now we're finding them on this
Venezuela.
And I'm interested to hear his ideas on how we're going to go about that, and I'm excited about the conversation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On the Janet Penny verdict too, I understand you're saying you respect the process. I'm just wondering if you think this is the right verdict. You said last week that you wanted the jury to reach the right verdict. You also said last week that Mr. Penny did quote what we should have done as a city in his interaction with Jordan Neely. I'm just wondering if you can elaborate a little bit on what you meant by that on a totally different issue. There was a mayoral forum over the weekend, specifically about housing, where 3 candidates committed to freezing the rent, more or less directing the rent guidance board not do an increase next year. Is that something you would support? And if not, why? And on these mayoral forums, you didn't show up to this one. Are you going to show up to any of these, or why do you keep them?
What is going on?
First, do I think it's the right verdict or the wrong verdict? The jury made the decision. I respect, like the DA, I respect the process, and that was the process. And what I was saying about we should have been standing up for those passengers. That's what we should have done for the city. And standing up for those passengers mean address the mental health crisis we have in the city, and not just wait until incidents like this happen. And determination of him that he stood up, rightfully or wrongfully, that came in front of the jury of his peers.
What was?
Yeah, we got many forums that are going to take place, and what I've learned when I was campaigning, a lot of people talk about the ideas of what they can do, what they want to do. One thing no one can say, I did it. All the things that I said, for the most part, that I was going to do, from dyslexia screening to reducing tax on low-income New Yorkers, to bringing down crime, to high-speed broadband for NYCHA residents, to investing in foster care children, to do tax incentives for low-income New Yorkers, to turn around the unemployment rate. I can give you the whole list. So what they're doing is wishful thinking. I put the team together to make it happen for housing conversion, and I'm happy to hear that they all have woke up and realize we have a housing crisis, and now they're coming up with visions. But it's starting from the fact we had the most comprehensive housing reform in the history of the city. That's what we got to remind everybody. And all those who are running that are elected already, the question should be, where have you been? So if you had all these visions before, don't wait until you decide to run for mayor. We're doing it. And so good luck to them. And I'm looking forward to some of the forums and some of the debates. I'm looking forward to them because I have something to run on, not just a dollar in a dream.
But specifically freezing rent, is that something you would support for the arts?
Mr. Mayor, so this morning, the City Council and the Public Advocate filed a lawsuit over your suspension of the local law 42, I believe, solitary confinement bill. I'm just wondering what your reaction is to that, they're trying to prevent you from suspending that law.
And it would be played out in courts. We just have a difference of opinion here. First of all, we don't have a sanctuary city. I mean, we don't have a solitary confinement, and I don't know why they keep saying that. We don't have a solitary confinement. And I'm not a hard guy to figure out. I made it clear over and over again. Public safety. And I don't go to Rikers Island just to, have a photo op. When I went on Thanksgiving Day, it was to talk to the correction officers and the inmates. It was to walk through and see.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to listen to this shit. So let's talk about. We want to talk about Luigi. You want me to put up his Facebook? You guys want to talk about his Facebook page? Download the shit out of that. Luigi has a public Facebook page. You guys, I have no idea what the fuck he is talking about. I'm not going to sit here and listen to this shit. I'm so sorry, but we're just not going to do it. We're not going to entertain this bullshit. I have a question for you, Mayor. You told us that you had a name, okay? And then today we find out that they didn't have this name until, today at McDonald's. So what name did you have? I'm just curious. What name did you have? So let's be real. Here we go. Where's Mario? We got Luigi. Now we need Mario. So here we go. I want to talk about his socials. Here we go. Let's take a look at who they are saying that they arrested on gun charges. Fuck shit. Here we go. Luigi. Here he is. Luigi. He studied at the University of Pennsylvania. Okay. Townsend, Maryland. He has a WordPress. Another Day, Another Play. Luigi, August 24th, 2019. This is his pic. Let's see what pictures he has. March 29th, 2019. Right there. Look at them brows. God, those are totally his brows. There's totally his brows, the ones that we've seen everywhere. Email away. Let's see what else we got here. Again, this is all public. Oh, there he is. Look at this little boy. Who are these people? This is August 9th, 2016. Is this a stock photo for an internship program at a mid-sized law firm? 7 years ago. Yeah, right there. Oh, there we go. Luigi, okay. What do we got here? Oh, we got some of these photos. Let's take a look. Oh. What else do we got? Oh, it's the Squeak Squad. I think this guy did this. Oh, Luigi. Oh, God. Where's this at? Little sunglasses at night. I wear my sunglasses at night. Did you take this pic? What? He wrote it on his own page? I mean, what is this shit? There he is over here. He's at Stanford University here in 2019. You're going to be getting it up the balloon knot soon. Twink. What the fuck is this? Damn. Okay. Okay. I mean, okay. Well, what does that sign mean? I don't know. West Side Connection. You guys want to hear that song? Have fun in prison. Okay. That was 27 minutes ago. No. Lube that tender anus up. Wow. Bunch of thugs. Wow. These people, they're a bunch of thugs. I'm sorry. Let's see what else we got. Oh, wow. How's it feel, tagged people, to be associated to a murderer? Okay. I wonder if the police will be talking to the people on these photographs to determine if they need to be arrested for not reporting that they may have known this guy. Oh, boy. He buds with what? Hero. Jesus. You guys, the person that is seen in these photos, okay, is not, I want to see him holding the gun and shooting the guy, okay? I want to see that photo. I don't want to see it from behind. Wow. Hero. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, I wonder what your friends in this photo will say now that you are arrested. Dude, your eyebrows gave you away. Should have shaved them. Well, I want him to be questioned in the Idaho 4 case. Darn, McRib Promotions will do it all the time. You guys heard that, right? I want to know if it was a snack wrap. Aren't the snack wraps coming back? What a waste of a promising life. Entitled man murders another wealthy man. Strange. Luigi, get that background check on. Oh, snappy poo. He's got a lot of friends. There he is. These were so long ago, you guys. Like these photos. I don't know when the last time he would have used Facebook. But, oh, he's in the trees. Stanford, that's in my backyard. What? Okay. Oh. Garden of Eden. You guys know there's a nude bar in Key West called the Garden of Eden. Oh, poor thing. Talking about the girl. A new record. Okay. Big Sir. Yeah, he's got ties to Cali. So this guy right here is who shot the CEO. And he decided to put Monopoly money. This kid doesn't even know probably what Monopoly is. I hit the 200th like, guys, wow. Okay. Let's see. Member of the Maryland House of Delegates. This is Nino. We got Nino. Nino, he is a member of the Maryland House of Delegates. Assumed office in January 9th of 2019. Let's take a look there. All right, let's take a look. All right, so I want to show you guys another pic. Oh boy. Why was he in Pennsylvania? Everybody knows to stay the fuck away from Pennsylvania. Not this kid. Let's see. Let me share the screen. All right, so this is Nino, and Nino, a member of the Maryland House of Delegates, assumed office in January of 2019. So interesting. Family member, Nino. This is his cousin. Okay. All right. Oh, now we're getting warmer. This has a lot of political undertones. DOJ and the lawsuit. Yeah. Yeah, this is just show me that smile. How do you know it's not him? He looks just like him. Maybe the whole damn fam is just circling around. They all dressed up. Nino, wrong nose. I didn't say it was him, though. This is his cousin. This is his cousin. All right. Guess you got to look and read the caption. Nino is Luigi's cousin. It is him. You guys think it's him? You think it's his cousin? You guys think it's him? You think Nino is Luigi's cousin? You think his name isn't Luigi Nino? Maybe he just decided to go with Nino? You guys think that's him? Looks like him to me. Nino. What do you guys think? Well, I know they damn cousins if they ain't brothers, if they ain't the same person. He was caught with the manifest and a gun. No denial there. Because they told you? Well, the mayor told you that his name was something else yesterday. What do you think about that? Because they told us that? You better do what they taught you. You better do what they taught you. Yeah. Oh, we think he worked alone. Oh, really? So he just happened to know where Brian was staying and what's his beef with Brian? Let's see. Let's see. Print off his. Let's see what else I got in store for you guys. Let's get people really going wild. Let's see. We'll go with this. Hey, Sarah. Instead of saying, hey, Siri, I say, hey, Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Santa, are you listening? And yeah, ready? Sources say that I have a source that went to Townsend University and that Luigi is Nino. So we're getting clarification now. And that Luigi has a daddy. Clearly. So, and we found that there is a, you guys are going to die. There's a Luigi that had a place in Brooklyn, and he also had a place in McDonald, Pennsylvania. He has an address in McDonald, Pennsylvania. You guys, you can't make this shit up, man. Oh shit. All right, so how do you like that? I mean, just wild. They also own a home in Florida. Okay. So, again, Luigi, they have a couple different nice addresses, but Brooklyn, New York, and then I shit you not, but McDonald, Pennsylvania. So you guys can look it all up, which is, I'll give you the address, 221 Saigon Road, McDonald, PA. Let's go ahead and take that. Look it up. Address belonging to, you know, good old Luigi, but daddy style. So, okay, I got something else here. Let me go to my, hey, Siri, find me. Okay, let's see. Baltimore County Council poised to create panel to redraw political lines. 11/22/2024. Members of the public will be able to weigh in how council expansion proceeds. The Baltimore County Council is poised to establish a commission to help redraw the political boundaries of council districts after voters this month overwhelmingly approve a ballot measure to expand the council from 7 to 9 members, the first expansion since 1956. As for the 6 open seats in 2026, only 2 county residents have declared their candidacy so far. Huh, Nino, what you doing? Delegate Nino, come on, man. Can't make this shit up. Nino represents the Lutherville area. Well, we'll take a look at it all, but there you go. Damn. Thing goes crazy. So let's see. Okay, so the dad, if it is the 52-year-old, he worked at Brooklyn Development Disabilities Service Office, Brooklyn. Remember how Brian Thompson said worked with the Special Olympics a lot? Remember how it was said that Brian Thompson, he did a lot of work with the Special Olympics? You guys remember that? Well, 52-year-old Nino, he worked for Patricia Needham, and she worked at the Brooklyn Development Disabled Disabilities Service Office in Brooklyn. Let's see. I don't remember hearing about that, but yes, 100% that is. So there you go. If you go read what those folks have said about him. Now, so Brian Thompson worked for Special Olympics, and then the 52-year-old Nino, who I believe is daddy, he worked with Patricia, and Patricia, I believe, ran the Brooklyn, it's supposed to say Development Disability Service Office in Brooklyn. So I'm curious about that. Right there, what Lana's talking about. Their paths would have crossed. Well, yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Yep. So Luigi also follows Penn and which is for low cost prosthetics. Interesting. Yeah. So let's take another look at something else. Okay. Antonio goes Nino is an American politician from the Republican Party who is a member of the Maryland House of Delegates representing District 42A since 2023 and District 42B from 2019 to 2023. He also served as a Baltimore County co-chair for the state's Trump Victory Leadership County team. Fucking I knew this was going political. This is Nino. Nino was born, he attended Townsend University where he received his BA in political science. After graduating, Nino worked as an intern and later a show host from 2017 to 2018 with WCBM 680, a talk radio station owned by his family. His family owns a talk radio. Let's take a look at that shit. All right, WCBM 680. A talk radio station owned by his family. In July 2017, Nino filed to run for Maryland House of Delegates. He said that he was inspired to run for office by his late grandfather, Nicholas. Nicholas is his late grandfather. A real estate developer who grew up in a poor Italian immigrant family. He won the general election alongside Democrat Michelle Guyton with 28.6% of the vote. Conflict of interest. Nino has come under criticism for various conflicts of interest that could possibly arise from his relation with WCBM 680. While Nino was a webmaster and a host, webmaster, interesting. WCBM reposted several videos and posts advertising his campaign. The promotion from the station was not reported as in-kind contributions. Additionally, Nino's campaign Facebook page reported that Townsend University had offered a new scholarship solely for undocumented students, though according to a university spokesman, it had never existed. WCBM then created a web page on its website about the scholarship, linking back to Nino's campaign Facebook page. Nino has stated that he does not see WCBM posts or his radio show as in-kind contributions to his campaign. Nino is... We're finding it all out. We're finding it all out. Crime. During his 2018 campaign, Nino ran on creating quote-unquote safe communities by getting tough on illegal drug dealers. He introduced an amendment to legislation in the 2021 legislative session that would block people convicted as an adult for more than one murder when they were a minor from seeking reconsideration prior life without parole sentences. His proposal was rejected in a 54-79 vote. Holy shit, shut the fuck up! No way. Oh my God, this is great. You guys, this is crazy. Education. Did you guys just hear that? During his 2018 campaign, Nino ran on creating safe communities by getting tough on illegal drug dealers. He introduced an amendment to legislation in the 2021 legislative session that would block people convicted as an adult for more than one murder when they were a minor from seeking reconsideration of prior life without parole sentences. During his 2018 campaign, Nino said that he voiced support for expanding charter schools. During the 2020 legislative session, Nino was one of two legislators to vote against legislation that would provide an additional $577 million in funding over 10 years to historically Black colleges and universities in Maryland. During the 2021 legislative session, Nino co-sponsored legislation that would ban convicted sex offenders from being students at Maryland public schools. In July 2021, Nino called for the firing of Baltimore City school administrators after an investigation by Project Baltimore found that 41% of all Baltimore City high school students earned less than a 1.0 grade point average. Immigration. During his 2018 campaign, Nino was a vocal opponent to illegal immigration and said that he would not support legislation that would turn Maryland into a sanctuary state. During the 2020 legislative session, Nino voted to sustain Governor Larry Hogan's veto on legislation that would allow Maryland high school graduates, including undocumented immigrants, to qualify for the lowest tuition rates at public colleges and universities under certain circumstances, saying that he feared the bill would encourage more illegal immigration. Social issues. During protests against the murder of George Floyd in 2020, protesters in the Little Italy neighborhood of Baltimore tore down and threw a statue of Christopher Columbus into the Jones Falls Canal. Following this incident, Nino called to protect the statue and introduced legislation that would prohibit any person from destroying, damaging, vandalizing a monument, memorial, or statue of historical significance. Oh shit, here we go. In 2023, Nino voted against the Trans Health Equity Act, a bill that would require the state's Medicaid program to cover gender-affirming treatment. He later criticized the legislator for passing the bill, saying that he was upset about the direction of the legislative session. We've promoted issues like trans equality, equity, but we haven't really done anything about crime. So there's your health token. So in 2023, Nino Mangione voted against the Trans Health Equity Act, a bill that would require the state's Medicaid program to cover gender-affirming treatment. He later criticized the legislator for passing the bill, saying that he was upset about the direction of the legislative session. He is a Republican. And yeah. Anything else? Let's see. For whatever reason, they believe that Luigi Mangione (26 years old), he was carrying a handwritten manifesto criticizing healthcare companies, law enforcement officials said. He was arrested in Pennsylvania. So, again, police arrested strong person of interest in health insurance CEO's killing. The man was identified as Luigi Mangione, 26 years of age. He was carrying a handwritten manifesto, says law enforcement. But remember that the mayor said that they had a different name. Nobody asked any questions about that. So yeah, awesome. This is absolutely fucking wild, man. But his manifesto was criticizing healthcare companies, law enforcement officials said. That's great. But we're going to find out how Luigi here, the age of 26 years old, and how he knew what hotel and what time Brian Thompson would be coming out and walking down the sidewalk. I remember that they said that he acted alone. Okay, well, that's interesting. So, of course he was carrying a manifesto. You guys, he had a gun allegedly on him, a ghost gun, or a gun that had a suppressor that was in there, a silencer. I mean, so you think that this guy's carrying around the murder weapon still? I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just wild to me. So you guys can go back and watch the press conference. It has absolutely nothing to do with the damn shooting. And it's just about a political agenda. So it's crazy. It's absolute craziness. So we're going to do some more digging, but at least we got a little bit out of there. So you guys, dude cares about healthcare, but eats at McDonald's. He wanted those new snack wraps that came back out. Who knows? I can't wait to see this DNA that they have. So this guy I thought he came in from Atlanta. He was on a bus. I cannot wait to hear all of this shit that they put out and where it all lines up with this person's movements. This is absolutely unfucking believable. I have no idea what to say about this. I think that the whole damn family could pass as being the guy with the bushy brows. You know, did he have a cell phone on him? I mean, just this. So I got to go do my own personal digging because clearly we can't even get a press conference that we get any information, you know. Lana, it is BC the knees. You were on them about IgG. Yeah, there you go. That's crazy. I want to thank you guys for listening. Donna, welcome, baby. How you been? Hopefully you're doing well. Finally made it to a live show. Love you. Member for 18 months. That's 2 babies. Woo-wee. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Share it. Get people over here listening to, I don't know, like not stuff shoved down your throats, because this is wild. Not a single person asked the mayor, hey, why didn't you tell us that you knew his name? And then the chief tells us today that they didn't have his name. Was there just a miscommunication somewhere? Or we just want to know what name you had. Or were you just, telling us a bunch of bullshit? Because then how should we believe you now? Like, why? It's just stupid. And I get it that you don't want to tell the world your hand and what you guys are doing. So just shut the fuck up. But you don't need to lie. Why? Why tell us that you know who it is when you don't know who it is? Because the government's got it under control. They didn't have shit under control. You guys do realize that, right? They didn't know where this motherfucker was. He was in Pennsylvania. They had no idea. And so it's like we're okay with them lying to us. Like, I'm not okay with being lied to. So ask questions, stay vigilant. Take care. We'll be back here a little bit later on the flip side. Peace. Thank you, moderators.